LeBron James has been taking a lot of disrespect in the last season or two. But why is that? Before I get into that, I'm Emmanuel Camia, and I just want to ask you guys to give me the HBO special, and that is the Help a Brother Out. And you can do that by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a like underneath this video. I'd appreciate it a lot. Thank you in advance. I'm not one for long intro, so let's jump back into the story. In a recent interview, Dillon Brooks was asked about how he feels about LeBron, right? Because the Los Angeles Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies are currently deadlocked in a 7-game series that's going to probably go to 7 games. And Dillon Brooks didn't hold back when responding about LeBron James. He said that he doesn't fear LeBron James and that he's old.
There are some people, the Lakers are making that run, they get it to 14. You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on. But, you know, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40.
And we all know this is Dillon Brooks, right? He has a history of trying to get underneath the skin of stars in the NBA, such as Donavan Mitchell, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, etc., etc. He's made a name for himself by barking up trees. That's Dillon Brooks. And just for the record, I hate Dillon Brooks. I don't like the way Dillon Brooks plays the game of basketball. I think he's a dirty player. But he's a great case study of a phenomenon that's been happening to LeBron James in recent years. And that is players being emboldened to try and disrespect LeBron or step up to LeBron. I've never seen this phenomenon before. Well, throughout LeBron's career, there have been players that have stepped up to LeBron or tried to trash talk LeBron or see what LeBron's made out of. But usually that's always been reserved for players who could back it up. Players that were superstars in their own right. Stars that were the catalysts on their team that can make a difference for their team, right? Players such as Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and other rivals that LeBron James had, right? Never before have I seen no-names, by the wayside players, have the audacity to try LeBron James. And by no names, I mean exactly Dillon Brooks. Listen, the only reason we talk about Dillon Brooks is because of what? Because he's a dirty player and he likes to talk. We only talk about him because he's doing something to another player. We never talk about Dillon Brooks because he dropped 45 points or he's the reason that the Memphis Grizzlies won or he is this or he's that. I'll give credit where credit is due. Dillon Brooks is good at defense, but offensively, Dillon Brooks is not an all-star. Dillon Brooks is not an all-NBA player. We only talk about him in terms of other players. So what is going on? These young players who used to look up to LeBron James, because Dillon Brooks did used to look up to LeBron James. He's got a tweet on his page praising LeBron James, wanting to be like him. What is going on for these young players that used to look up to LeBron James, wanting to be like LeBron James, all of a sudden turn around and think they are capable of going toe-to-toe with LeBron or trying to trash talk LeBron or trying to get under his skin? Analysts all over have pointed to this phenomenon as proof that LeBron James can't be greater than Michael Jordan, because this has never happened to Michael Jordan. Mario Chalmers, the point guard for the Miami Heat, when LeBron was on the Miami Heat, recently came out last month and he said that nobody fears LeBron James. He said that, quote, nobody fears LeBron. Nobody's like, damn, I gotta play against Bron tonight. Nobody. So why is this happening? What's going on? Well, the reason is this. Young players nowadays have the perception in their head, and I say that word very, very deliberately, perception in their head, that LeBron James isn't what he used. They think father time is creeping up on LeBron James, and it's making him vulnerable, and it is their chance, their opportunity to make a name for themselves, to go after LeBron. Because if you know, in a pack of wolves or in a pride of lions, when the alpha starts to get old and slowing down, a young buck will challenge him for the dominance of the pack. And this is what's going on in the NBA. Young players or players looking to make a name for themselves by challenging LeBron. They want to be the guy we talk about that say, oh, did you see so-and-so? They dropped X amount on LeBron James. Did you see so-and-so? They blocked LeBron James. Did you see so-and-so? They dunked on LeBron James. They get to make a name for themselves if they can embarrass LeBron or if they can be in the same conversation legitimately with LeBron, such as what Dillon Brooks is doing right now.